is actually, it's actually, as far as I know, run by a longtime viewer of this channel, and actually a one-time student of mine who took, I think, one class, and they didn't really continue on with it. They expressed to me that they had some difficulty about learning correct sentence structure, communication, parsing, syntax, grammar, and they felt that they would learn better on a one-on-one in-person scenario. And then so, because they lived overseas, I actually hooked them up with a tutor over there, someone that I felt was qualified to teach it, one of my higher level students, but they never followed through. Fast forward to a few months ago, or a couple months ago, I was sent this video that I'm about to show you here, and I'm going to take a look at it. And right off the bat, of course, I have a bias towards it because it's AI. And as I've said before, AI, and I'll stand by this claim, AI cannot perform with correct sentence structure, communication, parsing, syntax, grammar. Absolutely cannot. Does not know how to do it. And I don't even think know is the right word, the correct term. Because how can AI know anything? Now, right off the bat, the title of this video is, we don't know what a glass is. Does it mean like a glass that you drink water out of? We don't know what that is. So let's not jump to conclusions or assumption, presumption. So the title of the video is Correct Sentence Structure, Communication, Parsing, Syntax, Grammar. Let's read the description. The AI generated description, because there's no way that Jason XR4 wrote this themselves. AI is the authority of this, quite obviously. The provided text excerpts from a document titled Glasses, Cognition, Claim, and Communication Rules. What document is this? This is what blows my mind. And this is what blows my mind about the integrity of someone like Jason XR4. There is no document titled Glasses, Cognition, Claim, and Communication Rules unless someone else made that document. And I would like to see it. Where's the link to it? If that is indeed a document, please provide a link so that I can see it, so that we can see it as viewers. What's the continuance of the evidence here? Appears to be, the provided text appears to be a highly stylized set of rules or claims articulated by Jason and Matthew Glass. So it appears to be. We don't know for sure if it is. It just appears. Sort of like ghosts appear and disappear, right? The first section asserts that the claimant's sensation of cognition is tied to correct sentence structure. Syntax and grammar grounded in claims of fact, neutrality, and adherence to specific rules labeled one and equal. The next point establishes that the claimant's knowledge of the facts relates to the function of a video intended for the viewer's knowledge cultivation and sharing with the host and claimant. What in the MF and hell is this garbage? Furthermore, the text addresses the use of brackets, italics, parentheses, and quotations as a function of communication to ease conveyance and framework of quotation, bracket, fiction, English, babble, bracket, language, quotation, period. AI doesn't even know how to write in correct, plain simple English grammatical style with punctuation. Finally, the document includes contact information, the location of a web page titled as the CORAL-BLADE-GROTTO, and a claim of perpetuity, copyright for the thumbnail and video. Oh, okay, so this is an AI interpretation of one of my correct sentence structure, communication, parsing, syntax, grammar, video descriptions. Isn't that wild, folks? That this individual, this Jason XR4, would have the audacity to do something like this and put it out on the internet as something that they're doing. So let's check it out. What is going on in this video?
You know, sometimes you come across a piece of writing that just stops you in your tracks. It looks like a legal contract, but also kind of like computer code. Into. We are going to crack the code on a communication system that is so unique, it has its own grammar, its own rules, and a really specific mission. Let's get right into it.
Okay, here we go. Take a look at this. At first glance, your brain might just see a jumble of words, right? But look a little closer. The way everything is hyphenated, the specific capitalization. This is not
The way everything is hyphenated. So in plain simple English terms, everything would be everything. So it would be for hyphen, the hyphen, claim, but it's not, is it? But it's not. There's your first clue.
random. This is a system. And it makes you wonder, what on earth is this system trying to do?
So seriously, what are we dealing with here? Does it have the weight of a legal document, the logic of a programming language, or is it some kind of deeply personal manifesto? You can kind of see elements of all three. To figure this out, we've got to treat it like a puzzle and start looking for the key.
So keep in mind, folks, these are excerpts from a document titled Glass's Cognition, Claim, and Communication Rules. Where the fuck is this document? This is blowing my mind. Where did Jason XR4 just pull this out of his ass? Or did AI just pull it out of its artificial ass? I don't know what's going on here, guys and girls.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the puzzle itself. Then we'll dig into the problem this whole thing is trying to solve. After that, we'll explore its unique solution, the syntax of peace, figure out its ultimate goal of cultivating knowledge, and finally, we'll look at the claimant's own specific rules.
All right, first things first, let's really define the puzzle that's in front of us. So you have to ask yourself, why would somebody invent a completely new way of writing? To get that, we have to look at what the author thinks is fundamentally wrong.
So it's starting on a false premise that someone invented a completely new way of writing. Now, I'm not saying someone can't do that. In the context of what they're talking about, though, the sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, was it invented or did it already exist? And how can you prove that? How can you possibly prove that? So the whole thing is built on a faulty premise. AI, Jason.
Wrong with the way we all communicate every single day. Look at this comparison, it's pretty wild. On one side, you've got all the stuff we use without a second thought. Brackets, italics, quotes. But for the creator of this system, these aren't just helpful tools. Oh no, they're all part of what's labeled fiction-english-babble. So let that sink in for a second. From this point of view, our everyday punctuation is
Folks, this is so weird to me. To see what I've written in correct sentence structure filtered through an artificial intelligence platform. I'll show you. Where in Jason's video it said used for ease of the conveyance with a flawed system of conventional English communication, fiction, English, babble. It's their interpretation of this sentence. For the ÉTI-CLAIM of the brackets, and italics, parentheses, quotations, is with the function of the communication with the ease of the conveyance with the frame of the fiction, English, babble language with the consideration by this claimant. That's what AI is translating. So I hope you can see how this is like not a good thing. And from my humble perception, for quantum grammar and people that want to learn it, because this is not correct.
Neutral. It's seen as a crutch, something used for ease of the conveyance inside a system that's seen as flawed, maybe even dishonest. And that is the core problem this whole new system is built to solve. Okay, so if
it's not a new system either. If they're referring to correct sentence structure, it's not new. It's far from new.
Normal English is the problem, then what's the solution? Well, according to the author, you have to build something totally new from the ground up.
The author of what? The document titled Glass's Cognition, Claim, and Communication Rules? Well, Glass, in this context, I guess, would refer to me. but I didn't write anything called that. So I'm going to stop right there. You can go search this out and find it if you want to. I will leave a link to this channel so that you can search it out. Actually, I'll just leave a link to this video. Correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, the fiction babble titled video. And you can go look at it yourself, because I'm not going to look at it any further. It's not really of any value to me. And actually, I feel like, if anything, it's much like part of like what Russell J. Gould has done and Mark lowercase k Sean Christopher have done. Folks that obviously, through a continuance of the evidence, through their own public documents and videos and things like that, have shown that neither one of them have closure on this grammar, but yet navigate as though they do. And if you notice, folks, neither one of those people, Russell J. Gould nor Mark lowercase k Sean Christopher, yes, I know they have disqualified me and put out arrest warrants for me years ago and all this other bullshit. You know what they never say? They never say that I don't have closure on the grammar. They never say that. Why? Because the evidence is right in front of you on this YouTube channel, 1,300 plus videos. The proof is in the pudding. And that's what I feel like this Jason's video is for. I don't know if someone's paying them to do this. That's speculation, pure speculation on my part, pure guess. I don't know that to be true. But why else would someone like Jason, that I feel like I know is an honorable individual, would put something out like this that is actually detrimental to someone who wants to learn correct sentence structure? Because it's not correct grammatically. And explanation-wise, it's not correct. How can someone who does not understand or have closure on correct sentence structure train AI to make a video about closure on correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar? Does anybody see the breakdown in logic here? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody? It's mind-blowing. But to bring it back around, this video that I just showed you, I think is part of that whole Russell J. Gould, Mark lowercase k Sean Christopher sector of the community that steers people away from actually learning the grammar, distracts them from it, gets them thinking in the land of Narnia or whatever. But it's so many things wrong with it. And I just have to say, flat out, and I'm going to tag them in this video, shame on them for doing this if they knew what they were doing. And if they're doing out of woeful ignorance, which I don't think they are, because this individual, this Jason guy, I always thought he was a nice guy. I feel like it's enough of a landmine to bring it to my viewers' attention, the serious folks who want to learn this grammar. You can go ahead and watch this video and see and log it with the other evidence that I provided on this channel, that AI cannot learn correct sentence structure, does not cognize correct sentence structure, and actually produces outright lies about it and about me. And this Jason guy is perpetrating these lies. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not disqualifying anyone or saying that Jason shouldn't do this. And he's a big boy. He can do what he wants to do. If he wants to do bullshit like this, that's completely up to him. But on my end, I can bring it to your attention. It's not damaging me in any way, shape, or form. That's why would I do something about it? There's no damage there. It's up to you as to whether you allowed it to damage you or not. That's what I'm saying. That's why you don't ever see me out here disqualifying people or putting up a page of people who are unauthorized and blah, 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 blah. It's bullshit. That mentality is fiction mentality, authoritarianism. What do I care? None of that damages me at all. I don't feel threatened by anyone out there that's doing anything like this or saying anything negative from my perception about me. It doesn't affect me. It's up to you as to whether you allow it to affect you or not. And if I'm going to make a claim here, I'm going to claim that Jason, the one whose channel this AI video is on, they don't have closure on the grammar. Completely, definitely, 100% don't have closure on it. I doubt they even have 50% closure on it. I'm going to claim that Russell J. Gould, by his publicly available documents with flags and stamps and autographs on it, he doesn't have closure on it, because I can show you that, and I have shown you that over and over and over again. Mark lowercase k Kishon Christopher doesn't have closure on it, obviously. 7+ years in prison for attempted kidnapping, amongst other things. It's all about the grammar, folks, and it's very important, if you're going to use this grammar, that you get it correct and you learn it and stick to it and focus on that. From my 9+ years as a tutor, that's what I recommend. Leave all this fluff and dramatics and hierarchy and titles and whatever. Leave them to the side for a moment. Just learn the grammar basics. There's over 1,300 free videos on this channel for you to start doing that. Or you can contact me at my email address, jasonmatthewg17@gmail.com, and do workshops. And you can learn this. It's that simple. Jason could have did it, but for whatever reason, he chose a different path. And now we are where we are. And it is what it is.